Hey everybody, welcome to ChiefPigskin.com. I am here with the winningest football coach in Michigan history, Coach Al Fracassa. Coach, thanks for having me. And we're here at Brother Rice High School, which is, how far are we from the city of Detroit right now?
Oh, you're just about 10 miles.
So we are real close. I know as I was coming in, I could see some of the buildings and everything. And
yes.
Tell me a little bit briefly. I'm going to have everybody look around your office, but just briefly, if you could give people that are watching this, what's the history of Brother Rice here, just as the school?
Well, you know, we started back for about 50 years ago. This is our 50th anniversary. And we started, getting kids from our community here, the Catholic schools all over our area. And it was a slow beginning. Every time, we had a sports encounter, we lost. And they used to call us cake eaters way back then. And but academically, we're very strong. We have about 98.7 or something like that. They go on to college, and
wow.
And they're very academically orientated here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's because of the brothers that we have teaching in this school, and of the good teaching staff that we have here. And so they've made some big time strides here. We built some additions to our school here, and most recently we have a new weight room, and we've got an atrium where we have our kids run, and we also have a new football facility with turf, and we're doing pretty good. And we've done a lot these last 4 years, and we're even starting to win some championships now.
Well, you guys have won a lot of championships. In fact, what was it, 7 championships you guys have won?
About, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, 7 state championships, and you guys, as you know, I do a lot of interviews, and I know that, and you guys have watched several. But listen, this is an incredible interview. We've got a ton of things that Coach does with his, and you'll see some of the traditions of their program and things Coach does to build his program. I want you guys to see these. These are great things you can apply to your program. But before we do, you guys have to get an idea of, you should see this office that I'm in. This is incredible, and Coach showed me around a little bit. I'm going to have him show you guys around, show you some of the history of his program, the number of guys that he has had play for big programs, and I mean, it really culminates. The culmination for me was, he's got a picture right here, maybe he'll show you too, where he's got his 6 kids on the Michigan State football team at one time that played high school football together. I can imagine you guys were awfully good while those guys were here.
Yes, we were. You're only as good as the people that play for you.
Well, this is a credible office. I'm going to go man the camera, and I'm going to allow Coach Fracassa here to just kind of show you guys around his office.
All right, well, let's start out with this young man right here. This is T.J. Lang. T.J. Lang played football at Eastern Michigan University, which is in Wyandotte area, and he just got a Super Bowl ring a few days ago with playing with the Green Bay Packers. And TJ is a 335-pound tackle, and he's been with the Packers for 2 years now, and I'm sure he's very, very happy about being with the Packers. He'll be able to tell his kids and grandchildren someday that they won a big Super Bowl, number 45, and at the famous Dallas Stadium there in Texas. And so we'll start out with T.J. Lang. I'm very happy and proud for him. He's a great kid. As we look around here, I have some other boys that have played some big-time football. We have a kid by the name of Pete Mitchell who played for, Boston College, and he was an All-American there. We have a guy by the name of Steve Morrison right here, who played at the University of Michigan. He was an all-state football player here, and then he went on and played with the Colts, Indianapolis Colts, for 4 years as a linebacker. He was an all Big Ten player. Up here you'll see in the Cleveland Browns uniform, a kid by the name of Brian Brennan. He was an All-American at Boston College and played 9 years with the Cleveland Browns. Just recently, Penn State had Chris Colasante. He was a senior, and I'm very proud of him because yesterday I heard that he made the All-American All-Academic team. There's the Penn State broke the record this year by having 3 of their players as All-American academic, and he's one of them. And we go down here and we'll see the kid Charles Gant, who will play tight end for Michigan State University, and he is going to be a pro and play on Sundays. I'm very sure of that. He's a 6'3.5", 260-pound athlete, and he should do very, very well. As we go along here, I have one guy, Mike Lotish. I've got his college a picture here. He scored a touchdown at UCLA as a lineman, but Mike Lotish was a wonderful player. He spent 12 years. He was an All-American at UCLA. He spent 12 years playing professional football. He went to 6 Super Bowls, and he lost 4 with Buffalo, and he won 2 with the Denver Broncos. And he's retired now, and he lives in this area, and he's always comes back and and wants to know how we're doing. I can go on here, but we've had several All-Americans. In the corner here, you'll see, the UCLA boys, I call them. Mel and Farr is one of them, and Brad Cochran was another All-American at University of Michigan. We have some young men over here at Michigan State who are all top-notch football players for me. They're all together. And they're all over here. The Air Force Academy, Notre Dame. We had kids went to the Naval Academy over there, and you can see all around here that I don't have any more room to put these pictures in, But we've had some wonderful athletes that played football. Here's one kid, the Southern Methodist University, that later on. Gave a scholarship money to Brother Rice High School. His name was Jason Wolf. Jason Wolf led the Southeast Conference in receiving when he went to Southern Methodist University. So we've had some pretty good boys that went on. Up here in the corner is one of my All-American players, number 7 there, Matt Baker. He was a quarterback for North Carolina, and number 47 was a linebacker for Boston College. His name is Lynch, and you'll see a picture of me and my son there. In fact, my grandson, last year, his name is Jason, and he played for another team, Sterling Heights Stevenson. And he broke all the records in Michigan in passing and, with the football. And he made All-State and All-American. And he's playing at a real nice school in Michigan. He's going to be a baseball player and a football player in Northwood College in Midland. But, oh boy, I could just go on and on. I've been blessed with a lot of wonderful players who have gone on to really become tremendous people in our society, and I'm just proud of them all. And we've had some kids that have passed too early in their life, and there's 2 up there in the corner. He played for Iowa State, and he passed away here a couple of years ago, has a heart attack, and this other guy here got in an automobile accident, and he was a great football player and just a great kid, you know. And I've had quite a few. I can go on, but I don't. I feel like I'll miss somebody. And you know, when people come in here, when they recruit, they get a pretty good idea of what kind of kids I had. Maybe that's why we won so many games. I've had some pretty good football players, you know.
Well, there's no doubt about that, Coach. You've got some players.
Well, you know, you can be a good coach when you have good players.
All right, so you guys got to see some of the history of this program, and Coach has coached so many incredible football players, and these guys that have gone on. It really is incredible, and you've been here for 42 years.
Yes, I am.
And we talk about traditions, and I think traditions are something great to have at your school. Something I'm always striving to see what can we do, what little traditions can we make. And Coach walked me through a lot of his, and we'll take a look at some of these today. But Coach, just start off. What are some things you think are making you guys a successful football program here?
Well, I think it's tradition now. These young people who are playing now want to be like the guys that were here before, and it's a good thing. It's you know, they're lifting weights. I'm going to show you the area where we lift weights, and we have an atrium, we call it, where we do some running and do a lot of drills in the morning, and we have a wonderful weightlifting coach. In fact, my weightlifting coach is a guy by the name of Mark Goebel. He's up here, and he played football for me, and he went to Michigan State, and he's the guy that comes here and helps our kids get stronger. You know, you want to get your kids strong, especially around the neck area and shoulder. These concussions now, you know, they're pretty, tough to handle, and we want our kids to be strong so they don't get hurt. We try to encourage it. We don't try to force it.
Right.
And the kids know it's good for them, and there's running involved, so when football starts, they'll be in decent shape, and we can get on with teaching the game. I think the families here really back up their kids pretty well too. Most of these kids, I'm coaching kids that, you know, I've had as football players. I got their sons now, and a couple of grandsons. That's how old I'm getting. But you know, it's just been a joy to be here, and I hope I can last a little while longer, so I can, leave with a good feeling about my career. I've been coaching a long time. I think I'm probably one of the oldest coaches in the state of Michigan. There's a couple guys up north maybe that are a little bit older than me, but I don't know. I'm going to check on it.
Well, you've been at it for a while. I want to show these guys at home some of the neat traditions that you have. I'll just let you kind of walk them through them, but I thought this was real interesting. Football mottos that coaches kept track of. Every year they have a motto, and we've got a sheet of paper here that shows what their motto was every year. I didn't know if you want to talk about that, Coach.
No,
Tell us about
yes,
that.
I learned these from other people. I remember Winston Churchill. I read books about him. I used to teach a little history. But during World War II, he was a leader, and he just was over the radio with the people in England, and he used to encourage them to hang in there. And when the war was over, he went back to his high school. You know, he was not the greatest student in the world, but he was quite a man. And he went back to his high school and delivered the commencement, or a talk to his old high school. And he only said 3 or 4 words in his speech. He said, "Never, never, never give up." And they gave him a 20-minute standing ovation. but they knew what that man did during
Right.
the war. He didn't really have to say much,
Mm-hmm.
and so I kind of used that as one of our models, and our kids really liked it. And even today, you take Brian Brennan, for instance. He was here when we had that motto, and he said, "Coach," he said, it stuck with me for all these years, and I think it's helped me being a small wide receiver, how important it is not to give up and keep working, because good things will happen.
Mm-hmm.
And you go down, and there's all the little things, like when I was at Michigan State, Coach Biggie Munn was my coach, and he had a quote that he would always live by. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man. They go to the man who believes he can. And I learned a lot from my coaches that I played under in high school. In high school, my old coach, Art Carty, he taught me something that I've carried with me all my life. And he said, "Do it better than it's ever been done before." Simple words, but I really admired him because he practiced what he preached. We used to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and play basketball, and he was my basketball coach in high school, and we won some championships, because of how he coached. And and he passed away a long time ago, but I learned that you can do a lot with things that you believe in. And I remember even when I was drinking tea, for instance, the Salada tea bags. They used to have these tea bags, and they used to have sayings on these tea bags. And the first time we had this motto, I had in 1974. Greatness cannot be achieved without discipline. That was my first motto back in '74, and that was my first undefeated season, and the kids believed in it. So when I was drinking this tea the following year, I found my motto for the second year, and it said, "Contentment with past accomplishments stifle future achievement." So these guys were all great football players, and they won the championship and all that. But I thought that was, apropos, for that second year. Oh, I can go on. Attitude is everything. Whatever it takes. I learned this one from Vince Lombardi: the harder you work, the harder it is to surrender. Things like that.
Well, these are incredible.
Yes, and they mean a lot to my kids because they remember them, and they take it with them in their life. Whatever they do in life, they always come back and they always tell me, "Coach, you remember when we ran the Green Bay drill?" I learned that from Green Bay. We ran 10 hundredths, and 880s, and no, that was a Pittsburgh Steeler drill.
Okay.
And we call it our Pittsburgh Steeler drill, and it's hard for a kid to do that, but they finished it, and that's important. And when they're in life, when times are hard for them, they'll remember the hard work they went through. And so, football it teaches life's lessons, and if you participate with your whole heart and all of your energy, you're going to learn a lot about life. And I think that this is what these kids have learned through these simple things. Here's one that's carpe diem. I learned that. I watched that movie one time with who was a comedian. It was a movie, and he was explaining to his boys about hard work and how you seize the day, And one of the I wish I remembered. I couldn't remember the movie, but one of the kids says, "What does that mean, carpe diem?" And then he says, "Well, it means seize the day." So that's where I got that motto.
Well, there's a lot of good
Yeah,
ones here,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'll maybe try to put them online somewhere that
Good.
people can see them, and you can see
I
he's
would
got them.
appreciate
He
that.
kept track of them, 1974 through 2010, and he's got his one for next year ready.
Right, the one I told you about, I haven't written it down yet in there, but it's anything is possible.
2011 will be anything as possible. I think, and these are incredible. I love the history to it, and we'll get it so that you guys at home can take a look at these. Let's talk about this next thing in here. These cards. Tell us about these cards that you give out every year.
Well, you know, these are date cards where we don't have to go over the PA and alert our football team that don't forget to come to weightlifting and you know, or you know, we're going to be meeting. Everything is there on the card. The dates that we're supposed to meet in the summer, the passing leagues that we belong to, the workouts that we have. It's all there. Nobody has excuses, and we have a couple of thousand of these cards made. So if they lose them, we always can give them 2 or 3 more. But I mean, they've been really instrumental in our you know, our lessons.
Yeah, these are great. And
Yeah.
Coach has given me a lot of examples you see here from 93, 97,
yes,
2007.
Yeah.
But you see, so it's got their motto of the year, which we just
There you
talked
go.
about. It's got it on there. And then you can see it tells all the specific dates. Agility drills, you know, March 5th, 6th, 8th has the dates listed.
Yes.
Leadership sessions, summer weightlifting. So the MSU Passing League tells the kids exactly when everything is,
That's right.
front and back. Incredible resource. What a great idea.
Yes, and I think a lot of coaches use that, and you don't have to go and remind the kids all the time. Let's have a meeting.
Right.
They know. They have no excuses because it's all there.
Yeah, this is something that I'm anxious to go ahead and put in play at my school because this is a great idea.
Thank you.
Hey, let's talk about this, Coach. What are these leadership sessions that you
Well,
run?
we have young people that come in and talk to our boys as a group during the off season, usually in May. Every Wednesday in May, there's only 4 sessions, and we encourage our kids to come to those meetings. And some of the people that are talking here are famous coaches from, you know, the colleges that come in to recruit here.
Mhm.
And I asked them, I said, if you want any of our boys, you're going to have to talk to them, you know. And they get a kick out of that. But we had some wonderful coaches speak on, you know, on football and what it teaches. Henry Bulla, my friend that I played ball at Michigan State with, he gave a wonderful talk one time many years ago. We had the famous linebacker who played at Ohio State and played with the Detroit Lions. You know who he is I'm talking about? He was a linebacker. And he,
For the Lions?
Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't know then because I
Okay.
only watch the Bears.
Okay, you only watch the Bears. Well, you know, he came and spoke to our players, and
No
kids
kidding.
are awed by these people. You
Right.
know? And they enjoy coming here to talk. And we had Steve Mariucci come one time. Hey, he didn't have to come, but he wanted to be here at 6 o'clock in the morning, and he gave one of the most inspiring talks we've ever heard. And here's an NFL coach who thought it would be good to come to talk to a bunch of high school kids. And guys like that, you know, it's just, they talk about attitude, they talk about work ethic, they talk about the being good to your brothers and sisters, and they don't always talk about, oh, this is how you win football games, you got to block this way. It's the little things that they get where a kid can develop some character and maybe learn how to be a person with character as he lives his life.
Well, Coach, let's talk about the next thing that you had handed to me. And this is another great idea for some of you guys that are at bigger schools especially, and you get a lot of guys coming in recruiting. And Coach gives this sheet of paper here. Brother Rice High School, you see, class of 2012 Division I prospects. So he's got all the details on them and a little bit on back. Coach, maybe just tell us a little bit about what you do with this.
Well, we, you know, they know right away this is the guy they're going to be watching. And then after the season, we have, you know, highlights of them on tape. And they'll get an idea of what kind of kid this kid is by they meet him. and they know we also all have their transcripts ready.
Mm-hmm.
If a college wants to see their transcripts, we try to help our kids the best way we can, and things like this helps them out. I always tell college coaches, sometimes you have to start thinking about recruiting kids with great character, because they're the guys that are going to hang in your program, and someday they're going to be. Come on in, just sit right there, okay? And you can sit right there.
Hello,
come on
friend.
in. Come on in.
Sure?
Yeah, come on in. No, this is one of my boys here. I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. Let me just check the camera
It's
here.
okay.
How are you?
Should I put a thing on your door that you're filming?
No, he's almost.
You want me to go?
We're
I
almost done.
No, you're okay.
I only
You're
came
okay.
for like 5 minutes. I gotta
Okay,
go.
maybe he wants to talk to you, ask you a question. Come over here. He's going to be playing in an all-star game. He's one of my
Oh, yeah.
good football players. And come
Now,
on
what
over
number
here.
was this guy?
His name
hold on
is
to it.
Jadu. His name is Loran Jadu. Okay, I think
Were you number 20?
Yes, sir.
I saw you make a couple plays.
maybe you would
Yeah.
like to talk to him, and you can get an idea of what he's like. Okay,
Hey,
Coach?
why not? Why not? Come on in.
Come on
Sure.
in here. And sit
Yeah,
down.
you're going to be interviewed.
Go ahead.
All right.
Surprise him. Surprise him.
All right, we got one of Coach's stud players from this year. Tell me, what is it like to play for Coach Fracassa?
It's no other player in the state could say they had an experience that anyone that played for Brother Rice ever. I mean, it's not just football. Every single time you go on the turf, he teaches you life lessons and how to be a man. So it's great.
Now, would you say, as I'm from Illinois and had barely heard of Brother Rice, so as I go out and I'm starting to learn now,
Right.
how much pride do you have just being a part of this?
Well, I mean, to wear our uniform, you got to work hard. I mean, it's just to put that uniform on, put the orange helmet on. And then you walk on the field, hand in hand, as one, and it's unbelievable feeling. There's not one player that doesn't have a relationship with him, because during the season he calls guys up to his office just to know his players, and it's just a one big family.
What do you think? Could you tell? Because really, everything we do is a lot for coaches. What do you think a coach could learn from Coach Fracassa?
Love his players. That's the most number one thing, because he shows us that he cares about us. So when we step on that field, we try to do as much as we can for him. And when you have that father-son relationship, you're gonna get the most out of your players. So
Fantastic. Well, thanks for joining us. Your name again?
Loran.
Loran.
Jadu.
Now, where are you going to be playing next year? Or are you going to keep playing ball?
Yeah, I'll be playing at Northern Michigan
Okay.
up in Marquette. So I'm excited.
All right. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
All right. You bet.
Take care.
Very good. You're
All right,
going to
Coach.
be in the whole around the nation. They're going to know who you are.
That's right, man. We're going to spread the word. We'll let you know the website too.
And nothing's wrong. I might come and see you play basketball tonight.
Awesome. Are you coming
Okay.
with the
At
other guys?
7:30. I just come myself and hide and
Okay.
just watch you. Good luck.
All right, Coach.
Try to
I'll see
beat
you.
those guys.
Sounds good. I'll see you tomorrow.
Come to me again.
All right, Coach.
Everything's okay. Don't
Yeah, everything's good. I was
All
going to say
right.
hi.
You take care.
All right, Coach.
Good. Tell everybody you're going to be on nationwide TV.
All right.
Good, okay.
The last question I have for you is, as you move forward from here, you've won so many football games. You won state titles, and you obviously have a great. You must love this place. So,
Yes.
tell me, what are some goals that you have left in your coaching career?
Well, let me see. I've gotten so many honors. I've got enough honors. I just want to finish my career, with the boys that I'm going to have this next year or two, whatever it is, and just have a good feeling that I did what I wanted to do in my life, and it'd be nice to win games, and maybe try to win some more games, because that's the most wonderful thing that can happen to you.
Right.
But it's not all bad when you lose too. We like last year we were in this the final. We were in the playoffs and we lost a game, and we could have won it, but it just didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm just as proud as my boys, because they gave everything they had for that championship type of a game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just want to leave coaching knowing that I've given everything I had, and I want my boys to remember the things that we went through to get where we're at. We have a storied program here. It's a great program, and I care for all my kids. I go to their weddings. I go and watch them, their sons play, and it's just a wonderful thing, you know. And if I have to do it all over again, Nate, I would probably be a football coach.
I can imagine, and it's been a pleasure to meet you. And for all you guys out there, if you're ever in the Detroit area and get a chance to stop by Brother Rice and take a look around and meet Coach Fracassa personally, I highly recommend it. You can't email him; he doesn't email, but you can look him up here at Brother Rice High School in near Detroit, Michigan. So thanks for joining us, guys, and stay tuned for more from Brother Rice.